Are we all well? Well, a little bit different tonight. Rather than just going over round the cliff, up the promenade and so on, I brought you out to Hollym Beach. The tide's still more or less full in, although it's now on its way out. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. I've got Toby with me. The day is absolutely glorious. Look at the sunset. Just look at that. Absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Yes, I'm just go a bit further down here, and then I'm going to have to turn round. Before it gets too dark. I wouldn't like to be on this cliff top when it's dark. See, the tide's going out, but it hasn't really gone out far enough, you know, to be able to walk safely on the beach. Me and Toby often come up here, although we haven't been up here for a while. But he likes Hollym Beach, as I do. It's like a spring lamb. Come on. Today we walked to Saint Lemaire and back, a distance of about 7 miles. Oh, good. I thought get the steps in while I can. So we got Mr. Moon up there, round about the centre of our screen. Look at the colours over the sea as well. Beautiful. Yeah, and I've got loads of power in my phone, made sure of that. Doesn't seem all that long ago. See him go when they harvested whatever they're growing. And now look at, they've ploughed, furrowed and planted, and the crop's growing. I know, the sunset is, all the sunsets round here are absolutely outstanding. Just look at the radiance. Just amazing, isn't it? You know, wherever you live, there's good things and there's bad things. You live in a city, you got lots and lots and lots of convenience. Everything's close by, you don't have to worry. You don't have to plan things, just do it, sort of thing. Now, people were asking me before about erosion. Just look at that. Well, down there, look, the sea's furrowed in down there. Hiya Dave, how are you? No, we're not going down there, Tobes. So there's been quite a lot of erosion. We've not been here for a few weeks. I'll be honest, we've not been in here since the clocks went back. So the coast does look a little bit different. You can actually see, you know, where there's been more erosion. Hi Chevy. Yeah, that's fine, thanks Chevy. That's brilliant. Thank you very much Chevy. That's brilliant. You're a truck, right. You're a truck driver for the army. Wow, you're from Birmingham, UK. That's great. A Brummie. And you're a truck driver. Excellent. That's a good job. A really good job. Something I would have wanted to have done when I was young. Hi Sammy. Yeah, we're having a brilliant day. Oh no Dave, oh no. You know what, you're better off watching me than watching paint dry. No, I know, it's awful isn't it? You're kind of stuck, aren't you now, between... Well, at least the good thing is Dave, you've done it. It's now done. When you get your sofa back, you can breathe a sigh of relief, can't you? Yeah, I'm never really go down here because it's quite treacherous. No, we're not going down there, Toby. Although I'm aware there is an easy route up off the beach should I ever need it. But then I always make sure that I check the tide times first, and whatever I'm going to do, I always make sure I've got 2 hours before the tide, before high tide. I have to be off the beach 2 hours before high tide. Hi Jean, how are you? It's a lovely, lovely evening here in Withernsea. Well, I'm actually in Hollym at the moment. Sunset though is just, it's like all the sunsets here. You know, wherever you live there's advantages and there's disadvantages. I was saying this before. You know, you can live somewhere in a city and you've got every convenience. You don't have to worry. You live somewhere like this, you have to plan what you're going to do. You've got nothing here. But even so, it's good. Because you get stuff like that sunset. Let's see, you know, the tide's just going out now. Me and Toby decided to risk it on the beach. I think we went about 80 yards and this wave started coming and we thought, we turned round and come up here. It is beautiful, isn't it, Sammy? It really is. See, hang on, let me get this straight, Dave. You sent your son to get a 5 litre tin of silk for 40 quid. Right, got that. He came back with 2 tins at with 2 tins at what? So in other words, you've now got 10 litres for 40 quid. That's not bad. That's alright, is that? But will you use like all that? Well, if you're going to use it all, your son's done well there. He's got you a bargain, hasn't he? Not bad at all. Yeah, just look at that. There's loads of guys down there fishing. I'll show you some of them when we get a little bit closer. I don't know whether they're catching out though, but like one guy said, you've got to be here to catch them. If you're not here, you won't catch them. There it is coming in, look. And actually, it has peaked. And it is now going out. Well, this is what the sea's done. This is the erosion we've got. Now look at this. See how that's slipping? No, you stay with me, little man. You're not going down there. See better from here, look. I don't want to go too close to the edge. You can see it's sort of going, isn't it? Next couple of days, week perhaps, that'll have gone. This, by the way, is a King Charles III coastal path, and it goes all the way around England. It starts in Northumberland and makes its way down through Yorkshire, Lincolnshire, East Anglia, Essex, Kent, Sussex, Hampshire, Dorset, Devon, Cornwall, back through Devon again, up the Severn, Somerset, and then again from the Welsh border with Cheshire through the Lancashire coastline, the Cumbria coastline, right up to the Scottish border. Yes, that is absolutely excellent, Dave. You can't moan. That is absolutely excellent. Well done to your boy. Yep. You're going to get some use out of that. That is all for a dented tin. Wow, excellent. Hi Jack, how are you? Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, Sam? It is. Look. See it over there. In front of us. Blue sky everywhere. Last night it was miserable, weren't it? I think it was Saturday night, or was it Sunday night, when I messed my phone up. Who'd have funked it? A mess, you know, it all pixelated into lots and lots of squares. I've actually saved what bit I did. I thought these things were waterproof. Clearly not. So you can see us fishermen down there. Yeah, I know Toby, I know. Toby does not like getting his paws wet. It's a massive issue to him. Over here, Toby. If necessary, I'll have to pick him up, but I might be able to get away with that. Come on. Deep furrows, you must have had a tractor up here. Come on. There you go. What we have to do for dog's sake. It's quite disgusting up here, actually. You know, stuff's just been dumped. You know, look. Why anybody would do that? Just bring, no, we're not going up there, Tobes. Why anybody would do that beats me. It's careful with tins. Just all sorts of rubbish. If they were, I don't know what's happened to it. Probably seeped into the ground. There are a load of asbestos. There's some of it here, look. It's just awful, really. Like I said, why anybody would think of doing it, just dumping. I like to make a little bit of money, to make a little bit of money on top. But for that, nah. Has it? I don't know. I think that's probably done by local builders, if I'm honest. I don't think it's been done by people from people from India and Pakistan and other places. I think that has been done by local builders doing work, you know, for money in the pocket, rather than, you know, like a proper builder or Asians or anything like that. Yeah, I remember you saying we're in Ohio, Sammy. You remember that column? When we first saw it. Look how much has gone. I'm going to take a picture of that and we'll compare it with my other pictures. Yeah, we'll compare it with my other pictures and I'll put them on I'll post them later on here, because you can certainly see now how it's diminished in size, how it's got smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, you're right, Sam. You know, that shrinkage now is really, it has been slowly shrinking, and it's really noticeable now to what it was when I first saw it. I first saw it round about May or perhaps June. And it's certainly got a lot smaller, hasn't it, in that time? Yeah, poor Toby. He couldn't have a run around on the beach. Mind you, earlier on we walked up to San Lemaire and back, and that was a 7-mile walk altogether. From my house back to my house, it was 7 mile. This walk from my house is about 6 mile. So when he were on the beach earlier on, most of the time, it was off his lead. I even let him play with a dog we didn't know. And that is the first time I've ever done that. Yeah, I wonder how long it'll take for that, that sort of piece of earth. I wonder how long it'll take for it to finally collapse in on itself and disappear. I'm thinking when you get your big tides, end of March, that might just kill it. See, we got the acorn, which is the emblem for the King Charles III coastal path. One of these days I'm thinking of going back to Paul and just trekking up the path along the Humber to Thorn Gumbold. That should be good. That should be quite good, that. It's whether I'm going to do it on live or camcorder. It's the sort of thing I could do on camcorder and talk my way through it like I am doing now. So I don't know, but then again I might do it on live. I won't go into a load of trouble of editing and things like that. It's about 6 mile. What do you think of this house, Sammy? It's a very, very, very sad story. The guy who owns the house was a local farmer, and he owns all the land you can see is his. Further down there, all this, what we're coming up to. Hang on, let's put Toby on short lead. All this land here, well, what you can see, this is all his land. These are his stables. We've got 12 people with us now. Just like to say hello to everybody. I hope you're enjoying the video. This is our walk from Hollym to Withernsea. Got a lovely sunset. If you're enjoying it, please like, comment, share and subscribe. talk about the video, that's great. If you want to talk about something else, that's great too. As long as we're respectful to everybody, that's all any of us ask. And if you subscribe, you'll be able to have access to all the other stuff that I have on my channel. I've got lots and lots of these live videos, and I've also got quite a few on my other walks that I've taken with my camcorder. Walks around Hull docks, places like that. Anyhow, going back to the story. So this is also his. You can see he's got stables, and I'll show you one of the horses actually. There you go. If you look at the centre of the screen, you can see one of the horses. There he is. He has about 3 of them, plus a very small Shetland pony. He also has 2 Jack Russell dogs that me and Toby are making friends of. They like treats. Anyway, so he owns all this land right the way up here. Now, back in the 1980s, due to the erosion, they had to knock his house down, and he got compensation, and he built that really big house, what we saw. His kids were little at the time. Now, all these years later, once more, is threatened with erosion. Kids have grown up, as kids often do. One lives in London, and the other one lives somewhere in Germany. So it just leaves him and his missus in that huge house. Said to him, why don't you put new window frames and stuff in? He said, what is the point? He said, the sea's going to take it anyhow. It's a duel. Who's going to win? Who's going to, me or the sea? He said, well, I die before the sea takes it. He said, that's what I'm waiting for. So I don't know what we think of that. He's a nice enough bloke. So his land stops here. He said to me, it's the only thing I've got that I care about now is my horses. And I thought, wow. So his land, this is where it ends. This is the old Hollym airfield. I'm not sure whether it was in use during the war, whether Spitfires rode off its grass runway to defend the city of Hull. May have done. I'm not sure. But when we first came to live here, there were 2 single-engined aircraft parked up. So at that point, it was still being used. Now, it's not used as an airfield anymore. It's a campsite. Come on, Toby, I'm going to have to rein you in a bit. So you've got hookup points for caravans and motorhomes and things like that. Well, yeah, you're right there, Sammy. Yeah, but where did he go? I think he's older than me, this guy. I'm 71. Looking at him, I'd say probably 75, 76. Where do you go? he's just hoping that him and his missus are 6 foot under before the house comes tumbling down. He's got his horses there. He's not in any like immediate danger. It's not going to happen today or tomorrow or next week. Hopefully not next year. Yeah, probably that they were hoping to pass it down to the kids, but the kids, like I said, kids do what kids do, don't they? They grow up, they get partners, and probably his kids saw the writing on the wall anyway and thought, you know what, when we get older, it ain't even going to be there. It'll have gone. The sea will have took it, and they've gone out and they've made their lives. See, Hollym airfield, and it's like caravan and campsite, you can see, but the days of it being an airfield are well and truly over. In my mind, I can imagine hurricanes and Spitfires, you know, roaring off that runway. To stop the Germans, the Luftwaffe bombing Hull. Because you know, Holderness, it was in the war, was one huge military camp. You know, I'd love to take you on the actual beach itself, but I know I cannot get reception. So what I might do is some of the old military structures what are remaining, I may do a video cam of it and a camcorder of it, and then put that on for you so you can actually see some of those things. But if you go a bit further south that way to Easington, and that takes you out, and there used to be an Italian prisoner of war camp down there. So there are all sorts of things really. Look at the sunset. Can you beat that? So it's the thing I love living round here. Living round here it's just amazing. No, hi Jack, how are you doing tonight? Get your coffee, good idea. Ah, thanks Jack. I didn't know what it was, but thank you very much for that. I know the one that there's an intelligence station at Patrington, I do know that. At Patrington Haven, that was mainly intelligence, and then they moved that to Humpton, where they put into the bunker. But I didn't know what this place was. I kind of thought it's something to do with the RAF during the war. That's why, you know, it's still got a runway, but I didn't know. Well, thanks for that anyhow, Jack. No, it's just unbelievable, really. You could lose your home like that to the sea. It's just, you know, the east coast of Yorkshire and the Norfolk coast, I think both of them, it's a toss-up which has got the worst erosion, not just in the UK, but in the whole of Europe. I don't know, if somebody said it's Norfolk, I'd believe them. If somebody said, well no, it's East Yorkshire, I'd believe them. Both are the worst. It is really bad. Now this, we've left the airfield. Now this is the dog run what they have for the campsite, which has been closed at the moment. called Withernsea Sands. We walked past it loads of times. But from what I can make of it, it closes down from the 1st of December to the 31st of January. Although they have a concession, like over Christmas, where people can, you know, come and stay in the caravans and chalets. One of the fishermen going home on his bike. I'll certainly be glad when I get off the main road. I feel perfectly safe, and I know Toby's safe. It's just me. So I don't know why, now everybody's gone home from here, I don't quite know what they're generating. See, private land closed. I think that park is owned by the house here. Don't work too hard, mate.
I'll try not to.
Take care.
Cheers.
Yeah, we're doing something, essential electricity works or whatever. So you can see, in the summer all these chalets are full. Families. Weekends, we're mainly full. But now, everything's closed down. The owners can come up to the chalet and check it out, make sure everything's okay between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. They had that concession, and I think over Christmas we can come. You can see it's owned by it's the same firm as that owns the camp across the road. As you can see, all that's closed down as well. Oh, is that what it's doing? Ah, right. It's only been there for a few weeks though. But yeah, I get you. Yeah, with all the water we've got. Oh, right, Sammy. I see. Yeah, that is right, Jack. In the last war, Hull was the second most bombed city in the whole of the United Kingdom. Alright, they had massive bombing raids on Coventry, Manchester, Liverpool, but Hull got it worse. See, here we are, park closed. So we got a bit of a concession. We can visit their own caravans and chalets between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, between the 1st of December and the 31st of January. But between 24th of December and the 2nd of January, they are allowed to stay in them. So that's the deal they have. It's closed like 2 months a year. Hello. Yeah, I'm good. Are you?
I'm not bad, thank you.
Hello.
This is Riley.
Hello, Riley.
Good boy, Riley. Good boy.
Riley and Toby. Tails are wagging, so that's always a good
We're
sign.
fine, we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come Come on then.
See you later, love. Bye. Yeah, so I was saying about Hull. So it was it had more bomb damage than, or more bombing than any other town in the UK. Apparently something like 95% of all buildings in the city were somehow damaged by bombing. What used to happen, the Luftwaffe had come and bombed Hull, because of its port and because of its surrounding industry, railway lines and so on. Canals. Hang on, we've got another 3 dogs here. All right, it's okay, mate, don't worry. We know what dogs are like. Come on. And as well as that, the Luftwaffe would be coming over. It's the nearest big city to Europe, well, it's not to Europe, but with it being a coastal city as well, you can get your shipping, train, railways, everything. There are lots and lots of targets. Now, other times, bombers will be going to bomb Manchester or Leeds, couldn't find what they were supposed to bomb. On the way back, they get rid of the bombs. Or if they come in, they had a load of flak from the RAF, they just simply drop the bombs and get out. Hello. Oh. Yeah, so we just literally jettisoned the bombs. So when you put all that together, it meant Hull was in a very bad position during the war. And that's why it's suffered more bomb damage than any other city other than London. I mean, Liverpool and Manchester were bad. My grandfather used to do fire watch duties at where he worked. And whenever he saw a bomb land, he'd have to report it to the, I don't know, civil defence perhaps, or whoever you reported them things to. Yeah, I know about that, Jack, the decoy docks. It's one of them places I intend going to have a look at some point. I've never got round to it. I know about it, but I just haven't done it yet. That's certainly something I want to do. I might leave that while the summer. Yes, we've got more time. I can go up there and I can show it to everybody. I could do it with my camcorder. And get a map. A 1930s map of the docks on the Humber. And put that on. There are things I could do. Oh, that's worth looking at, that, Jack. I know that's what I was saying earlier on. The whole of Holderness, it was just one huge military establishment. Just amazing, really. Even today, you've got the remains of things like that, the gun batteries and the pillboxes and things. At Withernsea, you've got the big gun battery there, or what remains of it. Most of it's fallen into the sea. Look at that. Well, guys, we've got 21 people following us. I'd just like to welcome everybody. It's been absolutely brilliant seeing you all, having you all on my walk. Hiya. You okay? I'm good. I'm good. I'm on my blog as usual. Hello. Come on, we could say hello.
Are you going to say hello or are you going to grumble? No, we're going to grumble.
You know what they like. We know what they like, don't we? Hello, love. How are you?
Fine, you.
I'm good.
Hello, darling. Hello. Come on, you.
Oh, come on. We're not. Oh, tail's wagging, look. Oh, come on. Your mum wants to go home. Hi, Robert. How are you? Yes, we got 28 of us now following. Just like to welcome everybody aboard. If you're enjoying the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. I'm 2 subscribers off 600. I mean, that is something. 598 subscribers. I just can't believe that. I only really started this at the beginning of August. 4 months ago, and I've got 600 subscribers. Well, 590. I'm just too short. So I mean, if you are enjoying my video, that's fine. Why not subscribe? I've lots and lots of stuff over on my channel. Lots of stuff done on the camcorder as well as these walks. That's nice. The Land Rover. It's gorgeous, is that? Bit out of my price league, but a lovely, lovely motor. I can't think I'm going to get a new car, but I think this is going to be the last one. I'm 71. I've got a SsangYong XLV. It looks a little bit like a small Land Rover, and oh, look at that, look at that. Well, what do you think of that? Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, well, probably weren't a battlefield, that and that, Jack. What that would have been a place where they used it for target practice. It may have been the RAF using it for target practice in the war, or it could have been post-war target practice. Someone like the Royal Artillery or the Royal Armoured Corps, or someone like that. The army may have been using it. So, because you've not had any battles on English soil since 1066. You've had the Civil War and stuff like that, Scots versus English, I know, in the 16th and 17th century, but you've not had like tanks and things. We've always fought our wars in Europe. Still beautiful, whoever's driving it though. Hi Alfonso, how are you? Thanks, Shelley. It is beautiful round here. I could do it, I suppose. I never really thought about that, Jack. You know, but I sort of talk to people who don't really know them that well. So we got 21 people. We've still got some light. And we've still got that glorious sunset. Do you remember this time last night? It was more or less dark, weren't it? Completely. 4:20. It was more or less completely dark. Do you remember that? Oh well, we got another. Good evening, mate. How are you? Hiya. It looks like he's training his dogs there, not to bark at other dogs, so I didn't want to go blundering up there with Toby. Yeah, that'll be it. Ah, my day were great going, absolutely brilliant. I've had a lovely day. The weather's been exemplary. Look at that. Even now at this time we got the remnants of that gorgeous sunset. Just look at that. Still there. Although it is going dark. Yeah, that'll be it. It'll have been training. I thought that. I know back in the 1960s and 70s, the Bunders there brought tanks over to the UK. A lot of people had a problem with that. I can understand why they might have had a problem. But they were taken to the Brecon Beacons in Wales. And they were basically training if there were another war. Clearly the Brecon Beacons in Wales would have been like some of the territory they might have been fighting over. Hello. You catch anything good?
A couple of little whites, let me down.
Well. True, yeah. See you later. And there were a lot of people who at the time had a problem with the Leopard tanks and the Bunders there, but I mean, when you think of it, it was only like 20 years after the end of the war. Whether they still use the Brecon Beacons or not, I don't know. But I remember in 2016, we just moved over here. I've been in Hull, and on my way out, I overtook this huge, well, I wouldn't say huge, maybe 20 vehicle convoy. And it was a German military. They were making their way back to the port of Hull and the ferry to take them to Rotterdam. Don't know where they'd been, but I thought, wow. Our granddads and their granddads were fighting each other. Now, the grandkids are coming over here in their military vehicles. I bet that would have blown their minds. Going, no, we're in the North Sea. We're in Yorkshire. Right, we're directly across the sea from you. We're in East Yorkshire, a place called Withernsea, and we're actually on the North Sea coast. We're about 20 miles, or what's that, round about 30 kilometres from the city of Hull, if that helps. Hello. Hi Caroline, how are you today? Well, we're up to 18 people following us. Still get 18, so that's really good. If you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. I've got 598 subscribers so far. I'm doing my best to try and get up to 600. You know, if I don't get it today, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go to bed crying. Won't cry me coffee, but it'd be nice when I go home I could check and see I've got 600. So if you are enjoying what I do, then please, you know, like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be really grateful if you do. Well, I don't know what that is. It sounds loud though. Ah, there's a tractor in there. What we can hear is the tractor. Is he moving somebody's boat out? Is he going to bring a boat in? Don't know. I'm thinking, what's that? So the tide's slowly going out now. But it's not gone out far enough. It's just lovely over there, look. We've still got the remnants of a sunset over the roofs. It's just been a lovely walk tonight. I've come out dressed for the occasion. Ivy's jacket, which is quilted. Jumper. I didn't bother with a hat on my gloves. I just thought I'd just get too hot. I'm quite warm now, my hands aren't cold, and I'm quite warm. I mean, this is December. I don't know whether the Duchess put the, you know, the heating on or not today. She had it on the other day, and I don't blame her for freezing. But today, it's just been quite nice. I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow. I'll turn it round so we can see a bit of something at least. Oh, we've got a dog here, a couple of dogs. I don't know whether I know them or not. They look all right though. Hello. Hiya. Well, we know you, don't we? I know, I know. What's he called?
Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lovely.
Just full of energy.
Yeah. He's only young, isn't he?
He's only 6 months, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You've another 3 years at least of
At
this.
least, yeah.
Anyhow, have a nice walk. All right. No, Mark, we're on the east coast, the Yorkshire coast, place called Withernsea. We're about 20 miles east of Hull. All right. Bit cloudy. Well, but it's windy as well, is it? It's just nice here today. Remember the first year we come here? I think we were like in a few days before Christmas, before we bothered putting the heating on. We thought, well, hey, this is great. Because before that we lived in the Pennines, and when it was cold, it was cold. Yeah, that's right, just to the east of Hull. On my channel, I've got a couple of videos on Hull docks where I did a walk right the way from St Andrews, what used to be the fishing dock, all the way through the docks and back. That was good. I really enjoyed doing that. I've had to split it into two though. I've got 2 videos about Hull docks. It's an amazing place to visit. I was there on Friday finishing off something I'd started, and the security bloke says, "Oh, you can't take pictures." I said, "Why can't I take pictures?" He said, "You can't, you're not allowed to." I said, "Who said?" He said, "ABP said, Associated British Ports, the owners." I said, "I can take pictures of what I like." I said, "What I can't do is come onto the dock and take pictures." I said, "I can stand here all day if I want." "Oh, so are you one of them auditors?" I said, "No, I'm just an ordinary person and I'm doing this in my blog." I said, "Just wanted a picture of a present day trawler." "Well, you can't take pictures." I said, "I can do." I said, "I can't take them on your property though." I said, "But I'm not going to do that." I said, "I wouldn't." I said, "I'm just taking them from here." Oh. I said, "Look, mate, I don't want to have any, and I don't want to argue with you. I don't want any trouble or anything like that." I said, "I just want a couple of shots, some footage." I said, "Those 2 trawlers." I said, "I'm comparing modern day trawlers as with those of the 60s. I said, that's it. So as soon as I've got what I want, I send them away." "Oh, all right then, but don't come onto the dock." I thought, oh God, we have to have the last word, don't we? Well, we'll walk down there in a minute. So, well, what do we think of the Christmas lights? Have they got any better? Oh, you're in North Staffs, are you? Oh, right. Dave's at the bottom of the Pennines, but he's in Cheshire. Is right, isn't it, Dave? Well, me and Toby today I walked just over 13 miles, 13.03 miles. All right, Dave, you look after the other mate. Yeah, Dave, as I said, Dave comes from the bottom of Pennines. Well, a little bit further over, a little bit west of the Pennines when you're in Cheshire, of course. I've walked 13 miles today, Mark. 13 miles. I walked 7 between 9 and 11. No, between 9 and say 12. And I just walked another 6. Show you. There you go, 13 mile. Thank you. In April, they diagnosed me as being diabetic. And they gave me these tablets. But I started taking them and I started putting weight on, and I thought that they're not working. You know, if you lose weight, you lose the diabetes as well. So I thought these are just not working for me at all. So I stopped taking them and I built myself up. In the summer I was walking anything up to 20 miles in a day. And I've lost shed loads of weight. I got down to 166 pounds. That was from 199, something like that. I was 16 and a half stone and I've got down to about 12. So this is our, yeah, they've added a bit to it, look. So there might be some more coming yet. Put that lot over here. So now I'm watching myself. I'm a bit paranoid at watching, making sure I don't put any weight on. I know if I do put any weight on, then I have to increase me walking. It's no good me going up the gym because I'm not really a gym type of person. It just wouldn't work for me. But walking, I can walk forever. You know, I enjoy doing it. Yeah, if you think of it, Jack, where's the North Staffs? If you look on a map, you see Manchester. Look down a bit further, maybe 20 miles south, 30 miles south of Manchester, maybe a bit more, 35 miles south, and you'll find Stoke-on-Trent. And Stoke-on-Trent is the North Midlands. The North Midlands and Cheshire border on each other. Think it's Staffordshire. That's the North Midlands. So you get a map of Britain. Find Birmingham. That's West Midlands. carry on up, looking up, until you find Stoke. Look, you'll see a road called the M6. And eventually you'll come to somewhere called Stoke-on-Trent. And that is basically in North Midlands, in that area. Oh God, and a watch like that, you wouldn't have got a watch like that. Yeah, that is a damn good idea, Mark. I would advise you to do that. Yeah, Stoke. You live in Stoke. Yeah. Yeah, and as for me watch, I can remember back in, oh, I'm trying to think when it were now, maybe 1976, 75 or 76, and a bloke called Sinclair brought out the first, one of the, well, maybe not the first, or it might have been the first, a digital watch. And it were going for the princely sum of £99. And I was salivating over one of them. It had an LED display. I really wanted one. And that were about, at that time, 2.5 weeks' wages. I think I were earning about £40 a week at the time. But I really, really wanted one. Yeah, Clive, that's right, Clive Sinclair. He got a knighthood. He brought out the ZX81 computer, and then he brought out something called a C5, like a small car. This is, to me, you're thinking old-fashioned Christmas. They've really done well here, they've done themselves proud. But Mark, honestly, the best thing you can do is walk. Just do as much as you can. Don't kill yourself with it, but you know, just do as much as, get yourself a good pair of walking boots. The other thing you could do is join a rambling club. I'm in my local rambling club, and you go places, you do things, and it's good. You get to know the people, and I'd advise anybody to do that. I'll put something on my channel if you want. I'll advertise it on there. So if you have subscribed to my channel, I've not got it on there yet, but later on tonight, once I get home, there's our illustrious and impressive Christmas decorations on our main street. Well, it was stupid, you're right. But I'll put something on there, Mark, and then so you know how to get in touch with them. How does that sound? I think it's 43 quid a year, the subs. Not for me, mine's free, but you know, to join the Rambling Association, and then you can go on to any walk that they have in the entire country. I found it useful. Got the moon. Oh yeah, that is the best way of getting exercise, isn't it? If you've got a dog. Absolutely. Oh, they do. He loves going out. Toby, he loves it. You'd think after doing 13 miles today he'd be absolutely knackered, but no. We'll go home and he'll want to play with his ball. We'll have a good hour at that. I'll be trying to do stuff. because I've a hell of a lot of stuff I need to read, and I need to do stuff, but no, he'll want to play with his ball. So he's got that hour, and then after that he'll settle down next to me. He'll have his sausages, his treats, but I'm playing with the idea of finding a Christmas tree. It's in the loft somewhere. Yeah, where you live there is a lot of good walking ground, a hell of a lot. I used to do a lot of walking when I was younger, and I've just taken it back up again. But yeah, you'll do yourself more good than anything. Right guys, I think you know where I am. Yeah, Topes. There he is. So I'm back home now. I'm going to go and see the old Duchess. I just need to thank everybody for your company tonight. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely excellent, Mark. It's been great to see you too. Thank you. Yeah, and hopefully we'll talk again. Thanks, Mark. My tea's ready as well. So I just want to say to everybody, thanks a lot for tonight. It's been a brilliant walk. I've really enjoyed it. Special thanks to all those who have liked, commented, shared and subscribed. It's absolutely amazing that we've got so many people. 598, which is a lot really. I just hope we can get the other two. Let's get up to 600. And yeah, it will do, mate. I'm going to have a brew. So I'm just going to say thanks again. And I'll see you on the next one.